Welcome, everybody, to the debut episode of Just Chatting with Krtzyy. This podcast is all about having genuine, laid-back conversation with people of interest. I'm your host, Dave Krtzyy, but you can call me Dave because we're all friends here. And so I should introduce my lovely guests for the very first episode today, which is, first off, the beautiful, the bald Jack Mainfold.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And
those
second,
very descriptive words.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I wrote that down. I have a script here
You
for
wrote
the
that
start.
down?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like,
that's impressive.
It was like beautiful, and then I switched to bald, and then I'm like Jack. Anyways, we also have the lovely, the wholesome Nihachu, aka Nikki.
Hello.
Hello. So what's going on, guys? How's it going? We're here.
I'm good, man. I'm good. You caught me just after a stream. I've just went into this.
Yeah.
So you've caught me in prime content mode. So I'm coming down for a more genuine conversation. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
it's all
switching out
about.
of streamer mode, Dave.
Hell yeah. So I didn't expect when I invited you guys, because I invited you guys because of MCC, and I was like, these guys are cool. And then you guys like together, you're like a duo. Like people are a big fan of you guys together. So I was like, I gotta get them both. And then I didn't realize until I was watching your stream that you guys are like actually like next to each other in real life.
Yeah, we weren't planning on being, but I was here. I was gonna be here for a day. Because I'm planning on moving down here, so I was looking at houses, and then I came to visit, and then I ended up staying. How long have I been here now?
2 days or 3 days.
What day is it today? Saturday.
Saturday.
I've been here since Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then I decided we set a sub goal, so now I'm here for the next week. But I gotta go home for 2 days, and then I'm gonna be here.
Damn. So do you you have your own place now, or you just live with your family, or?
I still live with my family. I'm planning on moving into my own place.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's pretty much secure now. I just need to do the last little bit.
Damn.
So I should be moving in the next 2 months. I think like within the next 2 months is a good way of putting it. Maybe sooner. But yeah, right now I'm living at home. Well, right now I'm here, but usually I'm at home.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. Like, it's just crazy like seeing all the UK people like hang out in real life because you live on like a tiny little island. And y'all can just see each other.
Yeah, no, everyone's close. Like I live quite far away. Like in terms of like the country, I live at like the top. So I live in like the top end of the Midlands, and we're right now on the south coast. So like, it's not a very big place. It takes me like 4 hours to get here, which isn't too bad. Like I can do this like if I feel like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is nice.
That's a very interesting because like even like I live in Florida in the US, and like top to bottom is like 8 hours.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
That's
easy 8 hours.
Because there's mad people in Florida that I don't see because people think Florida's like tiny, but
Florida is a bigger place than people think, right? Like it's not tiny. It's decently sized, right?
it's huge. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty big. I mean, 8 hours from top to bottom is pretty big.
Yeah.
I think
That's huge.
it's just crazy, like putting in perspective. Like I used to live. I mean, I don't know. Have you guys ever been to the States? Like,
No.
No, I want to.
Neither of
but
you
not
guys.
been.
Wow. Okay. Well, I used to live in the north, so it was like super small states up there. So like there, it was like driving 3 hours was a huge deal. That was like a trek. But then down here, it's like a whole other culture. It's like U.S. is like a continent, really, because Florida's totally different. But
Well, it is. I mean, North America is a continent. I know, like that isn't the whole USA, but like
Yeah.
it's like most of it, right?
Yeah.
You know, it basically is a continent.
yeah, because like the
Huge.
drive for me to move from Massachusetts, where I live, to Florida was 24 hours of driving straight.
Oh wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
And then I moved to Arizona, which is the West Coast, and that was like a 38-hour drive or something like that.
I just read now, like you said it, Florida is apparently 1.7 times bigger than the UK.
Oh
so
my
like
god.
that puts it into perspective.
That's
which
crazy.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right if you're saying it's 8 hours from top to
How
bottom.
many people even live in the UK? Because I know it's like 21 million in Florida.
It's like 60, I want to say 60 million. Let me check.
8 hours was
66 million.
how long
Yeah.
I would drive from my home to my family's home. So like from Germany, from Berlin to Switzerland.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
big.
Yeah.
Damn. So you like, so you live in the UK, but you're from Germany? I don't know the backstory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You don't sound German.
Thank you.
What do you reckon she sounds like? Just quickly.
I mean,
her accent?
well, until like I heard the other day that she was from Germany, I thought she was from the UK. She has like kind of not. It's not
Oh,
like.
you think so?
I mean, Jack, you sound very like British, but
Yeah,
not
no,
like
I
compared to
am.
Nikki. I mean, she could. I feel like almost more. I wouldn't say American accent, but very like plain English. Like there's not much accent, I'd say.
Which is interesting because I always said you do have a German accent, but a lot of people mistake you for being Swedish.
Yes.
And I think you sound a little like I can hear that a bit. Like you do sound a little bit Swedish.
Yeah, I get mistaken for Swedish all the time, especially when I have blonde hair, because I have blonde hair and blue eyes, and a lot of Swedish people.
Yeah,
do.
true. That's another
So,
thing.
Yeah, people just think I'm Swedish.
Interesting. So do you like grow up in Germany, like because you live in the UK now, right? So
I grew up all over the place. I've ever since I was a very young child, I moved like every half a year. I've lived in multiple countries. I've lived in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Sweden, and Spain.
Damn.
And now I live here. So I've been around.
That's crazy. Holy
I
shit.
lived in Mansfield, you know, just very consistently throughout my whole life.
You know, it's.
If you-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was saying it's not as extravagant, Dave. It's not as nice.
No, it's just.
I think. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. I think it ranks in top 10 lists of worst places to live in the UK. Just to kind of give you an idea. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anywhere in the UK. I don't even know where like London is. Like in the UK. Like I know it's in England, but I couldn't tell you where.
I suppose.
I've never
Fair
been.
enough.
I've never left America, so.
That's quite common for Americans, though. Like, I feel like a lot of Americans haven't. Because, like, even traveling between states is, like, quite a trek, right? So, like, I feel like a lot of people don't bother.
Yeah, I mean, like, Texas is bigger than Germany, right? And I've driven across Texas, and that takes, like, 20-something hours. Like, I feel like I've had, like, the 22 years of experience of traveling, but it's just all within this country. Like, I've been all over America. I just never... I went, actually, I'm kind of lying. I've been to Canada once, but it's just America, but cold. So it's not really different. But it's like mad weird. Where I grew up, it's called New England. It's like that area. Everywhere is named after, like, there was no originality. Like, everything was named after places in England. So it's still very weird. Like there's London and there's Manchester. There's all these places. Yeah, it's always funny when you like Mansfield is a town that was like 30 minutes away from where I grew up. So it's funny that you say that because it's like the same name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. No, yeah, I know about that. There is a Mansfield, New England. I've heard about that place because I was looking for like years ago. I was really young. I was looking for like a place to go trampolining, and I found one. And I was like, oh great, we'll travel. Like I thought I found one, and then it was in Mansfield, New England, and I was like, oh shit, okay, no, never mind. We actually, but like. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird when you think about it. Like a lot of US places.
We have something like that in Berlin too, because Berlin was partially owned by the UK. So we have London Street.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I kind of didn't know that actually. That's a lie. Of course I knew that. Berlin Wall and that.
Yeah. That was England. I didn't even know that. Like I knew there was a wall in Berlin at one point, but that's all I know.
It's owned by like France, England, and like Russia. Or it was owned, so there's like places named after those
different places. Yeah.
Damn, I really want to go to Europe because it's like so interesting. Like even where I like grew up, because Boston obviously was like where America started. So like things to everyone else in America is like mad old there. So like the buildings there are like 1700s. So people are like, holy shit, that's the oldest building I've ever seen in my life.
Right. Yeah.
So like that's why I want to go to like outside of North America because everything was developed so late, you know. Like I know probably the building you're probably in right now is older than anything in my entire town. I wouldn't be surprised.
This one is quite old actually. Yeah, this is quite a lot of like Brighton where we are. Like there's a lot of old buildings.
It's because it didn't get bombed in.
Yeah, it didn't. That's the thing. So like there was a lot of bombing in World War II, but there was no bombing in Brighton pretty much.
Because Hitler loved Brighton. So he didn't bomb Brighton.
Oh, is that genuinely true?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was like
oh,
that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't bombed. So like it's all the old buildings are still here. So it's a lot of the buildings that we go to are very old, and this one probably is as well.
I think that's a very interesting outlook. Is like whether or not a town has been bombed or not.
Oh yeah, the fireplace.
It's like
Yeah,
a really old
Oh,
fireplace and all
shit.
this stuff. Like, try and move out the way.
There's a lot of fireplaces in
Wow.
houses
Yeah,
in Brighton.
it's super common
They're old.
here.
Yeah, but they don't work. Like you don't use them anymore because we have carpet flooring. We have carpet floor, so we don't really use them.
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
When I had a fireplace, I used that shit every day of the winter, but
Well, because they're not modern ones, right? They're not built like recently. They're just
Oh.
old, and then they did like a lot of the time. Sometimes you'll see them filled in, like they'll fill them in with plaster.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them.
One of the places I was looking at moving into.
damn. So you are you like buying a house? Are you renting a place? I mean,
Fuck no, God! You know how expensive places are in Brighton? It's mad.
I wouldn't know.
Everything is like 1 point something million up. Like not everything, but like anything of like any sort of worth is like
Damn.
1 million. It's so expensive to buy here, especially because of like COVID and stuff. House prices hiked, so buying places here is just like no, no
Yeah.
way.
It seems like
No
the UK.
way.
I knew London was like ridiculously expensive, but
It is as well.
that's pretty standard. Like New York City, I was like looking at moving at New York or LA, and it was like not even reasonable. Like even if I could afford it, I just wouldn't even be comfortable spending that type of money just to live.
Yeah, no, totally. I get that. I don't know if I'd ever buy here.
Yeah, I was just curious because I don't know. I'm looking at buying a house eventually, kind of soon. So
Mm-hmm.
little
Yeah.
insight on Dave lore, but
Yeah. Some houses in America are like so cheap. I remember looking at a place in upstate New York, and it had like acres of land attached to it. It was like a 5-bed home, acres of land. It was like $150,000.
yeah,
It's crazy.
I didn't know
It's
New York got like that,
crazy.
but in Florida, granted, Florida's gonna be underwater in like 2 years, but like houses here are mad cheap. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna
Wow.
buy a house here because it's fucking Florida, but like there's houses like 150K, 125K.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It was upstate New York. It was like but like out in like the middle of nowhere. It was so cheap, but like crazy. It was like an old house, like an old wooden house. You know what I mean? But like it was like still big and like a ton of land. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just didn't realize like not until like this year did I realize this is gonna sound really dumb. I didn't realize like you didn't have to buy the whole house like up front. Like I didn't I don't know why.
You don't have to do that. Yeah, you
I
don't
was
have
like,
to do that.
when am I gonna get $250,000 for a house? It's gonna take forever, but
Mm.
Yeah, you can just pay a bit.
yeah, there's a lot of things I didn't learn growing up that I'm learning now. But
Hey, no, it's a good thing. Though. At least, I mean, hey, you weren't gonna buy a house probably before now, so it's like
yeah, no, definitely not.
you learned it at the right time, man.
Yeah, no, it's just like I don't know how it is in the UK, but schools here are kind of whack. Like, don't teach you a lot of shit you need to know.
You know what? Actually, I don't know if it's a very recent thing, but like or like not when I first started my like secondary school, but right towards the end, they did this thing called they called it PSHE. What was it like PCSHE? I can't remember, but it stood for like it stood for something. But it was like life study. It was really weird. Like they taught you all sorts, but like one of the things they taught us about was like getting a mortgage and stuff.
They teach you how to do tax. Because
Not
I have
file your
never
own.
learned how to do tax.
No, because basically no one has to file their own tax.
I think you should at least like know.
No,
how
you
to do
should.
it,
You
know?
totally should. But like,
Yeah.
they don't because most people just like go work for an employer and they just have their tax come out of their payslip every month.
Yeah.
Where like if you're self-employed, you do your own tax return,
Yeah.
or you pay an accountant to do them for you. So like, there's actually a very slim portion of people that just file their own tax returns. Like I'm not gonna. I pay an accountant to do my.
Yeah.
Like there's such a small bracket of people, so they don't bother. I think they should. I think everyone
they
should at
should,
least know
yeah.
how, but they don't. Also, yes. By the way, don't have sex is a line they used to drop a lot. It was just like, hey, I remember they would just like show you pictures of like genitals with STIs, just to kind of be like, don't do this, don't get these. What?
Jesus.
And they'd like make you look. They'd be like, that's gonorrhea. Don't get it. It'd be awful.
To
Oh
be
my
fair,
God.
I was in a Catholic school, all school for a while, and they would like tell us not to have sex all the time. We would hear that every day.
Yeah, it's mad.
I don't know if I ever had that. We had like sex ed where it was like it taught us how that stuff worked.
That was our
And that
sex
was
ed.
it. Like
Our teacher left the room when she showed us how babies are born, like how they are developed and
But
born. She put on a video and she left
just
the room.
she just couldn't handle it.
No.
She was like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh.
or didn't want to be around a bunch of teenage
Wait till she
boys.
takes her clothes off
Oh god.
and she goes, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we never had like, I don't think school ever was like explicitly told me don't have sex. It was more like,
To be fair, I don't think ours did either. They would just like be safe with it, you know.
yeah, my school was like health class was always just about drugs here. It was just always about drugs.
We had that as well. There's quite a lot of drugs in our area where I'm from, at least. So
Yeah.
they were like sorry, I got distracted. They were like yeah, don't do drugs, and they tell us about all sorts of like there was a big thing. I don't know if it was UK wide or not, but it was like with like legal drugs. So like people making synthetic versions of like there's like cocaine, and then someone in a lab makes something that's basically fucking cocaine, but it isn't the exact same chemical formula, so it's technically legal.
Oh.
But it's still cocaine at the end of the day, right? And they were like, yeah, they're not illegal, but you still shouldn't take them because you're just taking cocaine,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, well, a lot of them like there was one that I remember that is now illegal, I think, but like Black Mamba, I think was the big one.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, which was originally like legal at a time, but like, and it's like that one. Like from what I know, I've never had any experience with it, but I knew people. A friend of mine got spiked with it, and he was like, bad time, very bad time. They taught us a lot about that sort of stuff. That was a big thing for us.
The first and only time I learned about drugs in school was in English class, because I learned that English people, like what kind of drugs English people like to take.
A lot, probably.
Yeah.
No, we had to do like papers like on different types of drugs and like the effects, and we used to like, they used to show us images of like, it was kind of fucked up looking back, like dead people who overdosed and shit. Like they tried to scar us, and I mean, inevitably probably didn't work at all because no one paid attention to those classes. But shit, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was weird. Like I feel like there was a lot of shit, like a lot of unnecessary classes. Like you were talking about doing taxes, which is interesting because I did my own taxes by myself. It's so fucking annoying, but I did it.
Yeah, no, it looks like it sucks. I'll be honest.
Because last year I was like, I don't know, I was too stubborn to hire an accountant, which was kind of dumb of me. But I was like, I didn't want to pay someone to tell me how much money I owe, which inevitably was a bad idea. And thankfully I didn't get audited so far. But no, it's like shit they don't even teach you in school. Like I had a finance class in high school, but they just taught me like how to manage a checkbook and like writing shit down. Like, but I'm like, no one does that. Like I don't use a checks. I've never written a check in my life. Like I don't know. I feel like schools just don't teach you fucking anything that is actually useful, or at least for me, I guess I'm a Twitch streamer, so my job is a little different.
No, but like as like I feel like they should give you skills to be a self-employed person, right? Because I think like a lot of people like are going in that direction nowadays, and they don't seem to prepare you for being self-employed. I felt because I originally worked like a 9 to 5 like in an office, and I felt prepared for that, but I didn't in no way feel prepared for like becoming a self-employed person. You know?
No.
Yeah. No, I mean, even just in general, like I didn't even know what a fucking mortgage was going out of high school. You think that stuff?
No, true, exactly.
But
yeah,
I mean, American public education is questionable, I'd say.
I have heard that.
But it's like, yeah, it's weird as fuck here. But so is everything, honestly. But yeah, it's fucked. But I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Holy shit.
So good. Don't
Anyways,
worry about it.
No, dude, I fucking zone out so easy. I think I have like ADHD or some shit. I'll read something or get a notification on my phone.
Yeah.
Just fucking out.
No, I've always suspected I'm the same, dude, to be honest. It's something I keep saying I should get tested for and then don't because it's effort. Because it doesn't, I feel like because I work for myself, it doesn't affect my life enough. I just work around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like when I was doing school or when I was like at work, it used to bother me a lot, and I used to think, right, I need to go like sort this, and now I don't feel like I need to, because it's like, well, because someone in the chat just said ADHD testing is so expensive too, but it's the UK, so no, it's just like I'm just lazy.
Must be
and
nice.
It's like exactly no, but like it is nice. It's great that I feel like I can just go and do it. But I first started suspecting it at the start of COVID, and I was like, well, I don't want to go to the doctor right now where they're dealing with COVID patients just to be like, I think I have ADHD and I'm kind of managing it, but I kind of feel a bit shit, so I'd rather know, or be medicated if necessary. But it didn't feel important enough. Where like, and then now because I'm working for myself again, I just kind of work around it, and it doesn't feel that important. But sometimes I feel like I'd still like to know that about myself. You still got to pay in the UK for testing, really? Someone just said that in chat. Is that real? Damn, never mind.
Damn, I don't know how any of that shit works, but all I know is
not.
I've been looking for health insurance because I'm probably gonna have to get my own soon because I'm still my parents, but I'm reaching the age where I'm gonna have to get my own. Shit is so expensive here, like
Oh yeah,
like
same.
200
Same
plus a
here.
month. Like
Shit.
I
and
pay 800.
it's fucked. I had a surgery
Yeah.
like 2 years ago, and it cost $2,000, and that was with insurance. So
Damn.
yeah,
It's mad. It is mad. Because like, you don't get me wrong, there is private healthcare over here. Like you can choose to pay for private healthcare if you want.
oh, I didn't even know that.
Because obviously the NHS is somewhat underfunded because it's government funded. So with anything that's public, right, they're good, but they, especially with the COVID stuff and things like that, they struggle.
Do you not have to pay it if you're self-employed? Because I have to pay private healthcare because I'm self-employed.
No, but that's because
In Germany.
Yeah, in Germany, yeah. But no, you don't have, because obviously usually your employer would cover that, right? I assume.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But like, no, you don't. But everyone is entitled to if you're a UK citizen, and maybe even if I don't really know how it works in like, your case, I don't know how it works in your case with NHS.
I'm still not on their age.
You can't.
I'm still in Germany.
Yeah, so obviously that doesn't work. But the second you're a UK citizen, at least, I don't know if there's any other rules to that, then yeah, free healthcare. But you also have the option that if you want, usually quicker, because there's a lot of waiting lists and stuff, because everyone's under the same like NHS.
Mhm.
You could just be like, hey, I want to pay private and get usually quicker healthcare and possibly at a better standard as well. But you pay for that, and there's no. I'm sure there are insurance plans that you can use to get those cheaper, but I don't know because it's not a necessity.
So if I went to the UK, right, and I get fucking like hit by one of those giant buses you got, would I have to pay for healthcare or they?
I don't know. Does he?
You would have to, because if you get travel insurance, then your travel insurance should
cover
it, or at least a part of it. But if not, then you're still insured in America, so you still pay the American healthcare. And also when you travel, you have to pay for a travel insurance in case something happens, so they can get you. A lot of the times, I don't know if it works like Europe to America, but within Europe, if they can, they will at first treat you in their national hospital and then get you back into your home hospital.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, I don't know how it is with America and Europe though, because obviously it's a very long flight.
I don't know how it works now with the UK and Europe because of Brexit.
I think it's still.
Is it still the same? Because I remember we used to go to Spain, and that was always the case because we used to go to Spain a lot. And that was always the case because we almost had to use it once for like someone got sick when we were on holiday. But it was like travel insurance will pay for the like foreign fee, and then they'll try and get you back to your home country, like the European thing. But
I didn't even know that was the thing. God damn. Like, well, I've never left the country, so it's.
Yeah, you don't have to, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm hoping like I want to go to the UK pretty bad. Just waiting for a good excuse to go. Yeah.
It'd be nice to hang out, Dave. How old are you? Wait, it works the other way around. I'm being stupid. You can drink here regardless.
Yeah.
We should go for drinks.
I'm 22. I drink. I can drink here. I'm an old man.
Okay.
You're like 18, right, or 19, some shit, right?
I turned 19 the other week. Yeah.
Oh damn. Wait. Oh yeah. Your birthday's close to mine. Mine was Mine's the 17th of August.
Oh yeah, mine's 14th. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Happy birthday, man! For the other day.
Happy birthday to you. Shit.
Thank you.
That's
you.
why there's so many, like, I don't know what it was, and maybe I just paid more attention. I feel like everyone had a birthday in August.
Tons of people did, man.
Yeah.
Tons of people did.
Because there was you, and then like Dream's birthday's the same week. My birthday's the same week. Fuck. There's someone else, but I already forgot. G. Oh,
she
yeah.
had her birthday then. Yeah,
Shit.
a lot of people. A lot of people.
Damn. Just August birthdays are
Emma
superior.
as well, yeah. Someone just said in chat, Emma, I think her birthday's around then.
Emma's
Emma
birthday was the day after mine. I remember that.
Shit, yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's so many, man.
Damn.
People are saying corpse as well. It literally, yeah, so many.
That's
So many
crazy.
in August.
I feel like August is the most common birthday. But
Oh yeah, Kaylin Curry as well. Her birthday's the same as mine.
shit. Damn. I don't know why. I just wasn't sure if I was just paying way too much attention because I'm just care about my birthday month and that's it. But but fucking everyone's born in August. But
Seems like it.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a superior birthday month. I mean, it's like summer vacation, have your birthday.
Agreed.
Can't imagine having
Agreed.
school overlap with my birthday. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, no, I never had that. I never had school and my birthday at the same time, which was always great. I had work once, I think.
Me
Did
too.
I?
I did.
No, actually, maybe I didn't. You know, maybe I dropped. I didn't work full time for very long because I became a streamer. So like, maybe I didn't even have a birthday.
What would you do for a job? I'm very curious.
I worked in IT support. Same you did. I think we spoke about this before. 'cause you
Oh,
used to be
did
IT
we?
support,
Yeah,
right?
I did. But that was like my third job ever. That was like the last job I ever had before I became a streamer.
Shit. Oh, yeah, you said. Yeah. You quit, right?
Well, I've never really quit a job. Every job I ever had, I just stopped going and just never called back.
Oh shit.
I
It was a bad habit.
I never did that with my work, but you know, maybe I should have done because I had to work for like 4 weeks after I decided I didn't want to be there anymore. It wasn't 4 actually. They made it a little bit shorter for me because I had a few holidays left and they let me use them. But yeah, you know, it was like IT was not bad. I didn't mind it. It was an okay job.
I liked it until like 3 months in. They started introducing like a sales aspect to it where I had to like sell an insurance policy, but it was like mandatory.
Yeah.
So
That
like
shit,
it'd be like some lady would call me in and be like, oh my God, like I can't get my phone's broken and it has like my grandfather's photos on it. Like, you know, and then I'll be like, you know, spend an hour and I'll be like, oh, sorry, couldn't get your grandfather's photos. That sucks. But by the way, you want to buy our insurance policy?
Yeah, you just feel bad. And I did internal IT support. Where you're doing like external, right? So like people like that just call in.
Yeah.
But mine was like I worked at a company and I just did things within that company. And that's I've always heard that's such a nice because obviously there's no sales element because we all work together. I'm not going to try and sell them shit. Same as like also people are just much politer to you because they'll probably call you again sometime because you're working together. Also, if I like then turn to my boss and like, hey, that was super rude. Like they're just gonna be like, hey, you know, it's such a nicer experience and there's usually a little bit less work. It's less stressful. Because I knew a few guys who used to work in like external support. Everyone hated it. Like everyone at some point just gets burnt out because it's like they're so like demanding.
Yeah, I mean, I would just get like old people screaming at me and cursing me out. Like it was. I mean, it was fine. The tech support side was good. It was just the sales that I hated doing. But
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, jobs just weren't for me. Like I know it's kind of cliche, but I literally just like walked out on every job I ever had. Like it'd be a good job, and I'd be like, I can't do this. I need to take 2 weeks off, and you're not letting me, so I'm just leaving.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I don't know. If I didn't hate my IT job, who knows? I might have never became a streamer because I quit my job, then became a streamer.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Yeah, you said. Yeah. Shit. That's ballsy. I wouldn't recommend.
I would not.
Way.
I would not. It was really dumb, and I almost went broke like 3 times. So.
Yeah. This dude got very lucky, and well, not just lucky. You fucking put the work in, dude. But like at the same time, like, you know, that's a ballsy.
No, it was also like the first year of it was like it had its highs, but it had its lows too. Like way more than my job has now. Like I don't know. I feel like the early grind of Twitch streaming. I don't know. Like the grind to get like partner on Twitch that was like the worst shit ever. I don't know if you had much experience trying to grind for Twitch partner. I didn't really know you before SMP Earth, so I like knew you, and then 2 months later you were like huge. But
SMP Earth was the first thing I ever did. I streamed like twice before SMP Earth.
How the fuck did you get in?
I've known Wilbur for years, so he just invited me because we were friends.
I did not know this. Wow.
Yeah, no, I used to moderate the Soot House Discord. That's why I know Will, and we just became friends. No, actually, we first became friends, and then I started.
Damn.
And then off the back of that, I then started streaming on SMP Earth, and then met Tommy, and he got me into the Dream SMP.
So you just went like 0 to 100 real fucking quick. Jesus.
Well, not really, because SMP Earth got me like 10 viewers. So like I always had like 10 viewers. At least I wasn't streaming to no one.
I remember you raided me once before the Dream SMP days. Like I remember getting a raid from you like way back. I think it was like less than 100 people. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, 100% would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but when I joined the Dream SMP, like right as I joined, I was like pulling like 100 to 200.
Yeah, because it wasn't huge yet, right?
No, yeah, no way, no. And that was like, it was like after, and that was after SMP Earth and like a good few months of like, growing that. Because like SMP Earth got me up to 20, 25 average.
Damn. I'm curious, Nikki, because you are a streamer as well, obviously.
Yeah.
What was your start like longer than Jack's as far as like going from like starting streaming to actually being able to make a job out of it, or?
Oh yeah, I streamed for half a year before my first Lover host. And I was still in school at that time. Or actually, I restarted school because I didn't go to school for like a while because I couldn't walk. And then afterwards, I had the Lover host. So I streamed and I got myself up to like 25 average viewers in like half a year, and then I had my Lover host, and I went to like around 600 to 1.2k, and then I joined the Dream SMP like a while after that, like a few months after that.
Was that the Lover host you won? Was that the Wilbur one? Yeah,
the Wilbur one. Yeah,
that was like the first Lover host I think I remember, because I knew Wilbur. I've actually met Wilbur in real life, so we kind of have met like indirectly, all of us. TwitchCon 2019.
TwitchCon. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, I met Wilbur because we were both on this Minecraft server called SMP Live.
Yeah,
I remember SMP Live. I watched a little bit of SMP Live.
It was
The
something.
SMP Live wiki says I was on there, which I wasn't.
Oh shit.
But if you, there's an entry for me on the SMP Live wiki.
I think it ended before. I think it ended before you started.
Way before I even started streaming. I don't know where this idea comes from, but like if you look on the SMP Live wiki, or one of the wikis about it, there's an entry for me. It's really weird.
That's the lore. You were secretly a part the whole time.
That's what people think. It's like, I remember seeing someone like tweet about it once, like oh, Jack was on SMP Live and we don't even remember. I'm like, you don't remember because it didn't fucking happen. It's made up. It's a lie. That's why.
I think people probably believe it because SMP Live was like.
There was so many people.
Like I was on fucking, no one knew. Like SMP Live ended and I still had like 20 viewers average. Like I didn't get anything out of SMP Live besides like meeting people. But
yeah, exactly. I've same with SMP Earth though. I just made a lot of friends through it.
Yeah.
Like me and Tommy just like were like, hey, you're really funny, dude. And then we realized we live really close, so we started hanging out. And shit,
Yeah.
It's like, so I made nothing. I mean, obviously I started my very very like initial audience, but like mainly what I got out of it was friends, not a Twitch audience. It was other things that led to the audience, really.
Yeah, no, weird thing is I met Tommy before I just joined SMP Live. I met Tommy my first month streaming, and
really?
He streamed on YouTube, and he had like 5 viewers average. It was really weird, and we became mutuals, and then like I kind of just forgot he existed, and then SMP Earth happened, and then all of a sudden I forgot he existed after that, and next thing you know he's the biggest person on the world right now.
He did so well though on like SMP Earth though, because he really grew himself on SMP Earth even because he was the only real like big events were him versus Techno all the time.
Yeah,
those were the big things on SMP Earth. That was like, otherwise it was just people screwing around. And then I think what Tommy and Techno were doing on SMP Earth is what inspired the Dream SMP to be like what it was. Because again, the Dream SMP wasn't like what it was until Tommy joined. He does so well. Like he dominated both those SMPs with what he did, and it was so cool. I like speaking about his origin story a lot because like I watched it quite closely, and it's just like it's like a lot of people just remember like, hey, I remember this kid, and then all of a sudden he was huge, and it's like it's so crazy watching how he did it. 'Cause it's so impressive.
Yeah, no, it's weird because I got to know, well, like vaguely get to know Tubbo and Tommy before anything. I was never close with them, but like,
Yeah, no. You know.
they both used to be like, I don't know, were in my chat. I remember I became mutuals with Tubbo because he raided me once. Like, but one thing I've noticed just from the sidelines is like, out of anyone who's like huge and stuff, like at least that like they very much deserve and they've like worked fucking like crazy to get to where they're at.
Oh my god, yeah.
And,
no, 100%.
like,
The amount of
yeah.
times that Tommy was like in a call and just talking about content and his plans and like everything he's doing, he was and is so hardworking.
Yeah, no, one of the most hardworking people I've
Yeah.
ever met, possibly the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Crazy.
crazy that also like him and Tubbo also stayed a duo. Like even now, like at the
They
top.
still do stuff, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like fucking just even when I joined Twitch 2019 to now, it's like even just not even just Tommy and them, but like the Dream SMP, even just like the threshold of what was just like the ceiling was like shattered almost. Like the biggest streamers were getting like 50K. That was like the top viewership.
Yeah, yeah.
And like 100K on a special day, you know, something crazy happened. And now it's like you'll see fucking 100,000, 200,000 viewers. It's, I don't even know.
No, it's like quite commonplace now, right? They didn't just grow themselves; they grew the platform. That's what gets me. They grew the platform as well, dude.
It's just weird I mean, you guys were all kind of part of the whole like wave that came with Minecraft. Just crazy that it came out of fucking nowhere, and all of a sudden it's like
Totally came out of nowhere.
And I feel like, I mean, I think you've had some experience like meeting fans and stuff in real life, but I feel like a lot of people blew up. Like all my success came during the pandemic, and I had like one day that I met a bunch of like viewers and stuff, which is crazy. Which I imagine y'all probably get recognized out in public a decent bit.
You got recognized today, actually.
Yeah, I got recognized today.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah, we were at the cinema and a girl came up to me and wanted a picture.
But then, you know what? I love it though, because you know what makes me laugh though? Because I recognized that dude in the front row.
Oh, yeah.
From the TV. There's a dude in the front row at this movie theater who I recognized from TV. And I was like, oh shit. And then like she got recognized. I'm like, isn't it weird? Like it's like you forget that like, you like when people recognize you, it's always a weird feeling of like, you feel like why almost, you know what I mean? You're like, why this isn't, you know, like I'm just a person. That's how it usually feels. But then I see this dude and I'm like, yo, and I'm like, oh wait, shit, I'm doing literally what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I know the thing. For there's people wondering who it was, by the way. It was Daniel Wakefield, for anyone who knows that is, from the Undateables. If anyone knows who that is, but I spotted him in the front row.
Never heard of that, but yeah,
it's a British TV show. It's a few of the British viewers will probably know who that is.
I see.
He was pretty big.
You know,
he was very big.
Have you ever seen the Great British Baking Show?
Oh, Great British Bake Off. Yeah.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend watched that. It's a good show.
It's good. It is very good.
But yeah, I had I went to fucking New York City because I just did the stupid thing where I went to see Rambo's fucking billboard that he had in Times Square.
Yeah, I saw.
And it was fucking terrifying because I went, and obviously a mad crossover audience, I guess. Obviously a lot of people there for the billboard, but then I was there streaming it, and then there's like 200 kids who knew who I was, and it was fucking scary, but cool. It was very cool.
Oh yeah, no. I remember the first event I went to, like a creator event. It's like, it was so cool. But like by the end, it was like I'm like overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Like by the end, there was like people still waiting outside as I was trying to leave, and eventually I had to be like, I can't take any more pictures. I'm gonna be here all day. I'm really sorry, and I felt so bad for having to leave a few people without them. Like, you know what I mean? It's just it's so nice though, and like it came at a time where it was like really nice to see people. Because I think sometimes to be reminded, look like actual people, like, you know, like liking the stuff you do is like that like concrete reminder is very nice.
Did you ever like go to, either of you guys ever go to like conventions pre you guys being big or anything at all? Because I was all about that shit growing. I grew up right next to where PAX East, which is this big gaming convention. I grew up right next to it, like 30 minutes away. So I used to go to that. So that's just what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, I just remember I met like Sky Does Minecraft and all those guys like back in the day, and I'm like, okay, well, I was shitting my pants when I met them.
Exactly right.
So, yeah. So I try to put it in perspective. It's just bizarre. I mean, you guys, like, I haven't ever walked just down the fucking street. The only time someone saw it is I wore Pun's sent me his merch and I wore his hat. really weird. But I walked outside my door to take out the trash in my little complex I live in, and there was like a fucking kid who knew the puns merch. Luckily didn't know who I was, but it was kind of terrifying. I was like, this kid knows where I live, so I hope they don't fucking know who I am.
I've had people show up at my fucking front door before. It's like,
oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, it gets, you know.
That's fucking. I'm such a paranoid person. I don't know. That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared. Like, you know, most of them are like, you know, like teenage girls. You know.
Yeah,
like,
well, not scared of them, but like,
it's just weird. It feels weird when people like are outside your home, like waiting for you a bit. That just makes you feel a little bit like, you know. I wouldn't say like it's something that like gets me terrified, but I've had people, you know, there.
That's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, because then, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. No, I just wanted. I had people follow me before, like when I just walk through Brighton, because people know I live in Brighton, and people know a lot of people, like a lot of YouTubers.
There's a lot of people
live in Brighton,
here, yeah.
So they kind of even expect. They come to Brighton, they expect to see someone. And I've had people follow me and almost follow me home. I try to, you know, go like weird ways, weird places to not show them where I live. But yeah, it's always weird.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's fucking because I mean Brighton. Considering I know it exists. I mean, there's like isn't that where like everyone is? Like that's like where all the YouTubers.
Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, they were like the first two to like.
Oh, I didn't even know they were there. I just thought it was like.
Yeah, those two were the big two to like first move down here, and then like people kind of came with.
Yeah.
Is there a reason Brighton is the spot?
It's just a nice place, man.
It's a really good place. It's very forward for the UK. You know,
yeah, it's very progressive.
Very progressive. The people are just extremely nice. Like you rarely have it in other places that random strangers just talk to you. Like we were, you weren't there, but I was eating breakfast at a place the other day, and people next to us had a dog, and that dog like kept throwing its ball away. And then the people were just talking. They were like talking to us, and we thought that was funny, and we had a good conversation. And you rarely have that anywhere else in the UK. So like,
or at least
like
down south. You get it sometimes up north, but not really down south.
Yeah. And it's also, I live like what, 10-15 minutes away from the beach by walking.
Yeah, it's seaside town. Yeah, it's really nice.
It's really nice.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Do they have like normal beach? Like, I don't know, normal beaches in the UK? I just imagine that they're cold and shit.
They're not cold, but it's stone. It's not sand.
Yeah, they're not sand. They're like pebble beaches. There are some sand beaches, but mostly pebble beaches.
Yeah, because.
Do you know why? It's because there used to be between the UK and like mainland Europe, there used to be ice, like it was all frozen, and then obviously during that time, the stone, the rocks couldn't become sand, and then it melted, and now it's like, you know, in a few million years, it's probably going to be sand if we all are still alive and the planet still exists.
Probably not the case.
Yeah. Global warming and stuff.
Yeah.
Brighton Beach is nice though for the UK even. Because like this like I live near the nearest beach to me is probably Skegness, and oof. That's all I'm gonna say. Skegness Beach. You go on that water, you'll come out with like corroded legs, you know? Just like
dude,
you don't want to go to Skeggy Beach.
I grew up for a while I lived in the state called New Hampshire, which is like rural fucking small ass state, but there's a pond or a lake that was in my area, and I remember I was like 8, we went swimming, and I don't know what the fuck contaminated that water, but like me and my sister came out after swimming, and we just had like this like green tint to our skin for like a day. Like actually like out of like a cartoon. It was not good. That is
bad.
And my mom was like freaking out, thought we had to go to the hospital, but we were fine, just washed it off and moved on. But fucking nasty as shit.
You hit me with anything, Dave. I'm willing to answer questions. Hit us with anything.
Questions? Exactly. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Well, here's a question, right? Because I want to go to the UK. Is like if I was to go to the UK, I don't even know where I'd go. London is the only place. Well, I know Brighton now is a place that exists, but I don't know.
Those are basically the two.
Those are the big two.
Visiting, yeah.
Are they close to each other, or are they far apart?
Yeah,
yeah. There's one train, like 45 to an hour, just going through.
Oh shit, you guys got like a nice like train system and shit too.
Yeah, we do. So you can get around. But like, I think Manchester's supposed to be quite nice to visit. And I went to Liverpool recently and quite enjoyed it. A lot of the big cities are really nice.
Is there like much like difference between the cities in the UK? Like I have no idea. Like
not huge amounts, but like between London and Brighton, yes.
Yeah.
Because this is seaside, and then London is like a big built-up city.
Yeah.
I feel like Liverpool is really nice, a lot of nice architecture, but like, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
What's that?
Damn.
Oh, it's the other chair arm. I wonder what it was. Sorry. No, it's good. No, it's totally fine. I just didn't know what it was, and I was like, what am I touching right now?
Damn.
Sometimes I just,
Is that a tat? Sorry, I got distracted by your tattoo, Nikki. Is that a frog?
That is a frog with a guitar. Yeah, wait.
That's fantastic.
There you go. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of tattoos?
I have 3. I have that frog. I have. Wait, let me show you. I can't show you my ribcage one. I have one on my ribcage, which is an elephant. But this one, I have 2.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I noticed your tattoos. I really like them. I always look at them whenever I see you. They're really cool.
None of my tattoos mean anything, but thank you. I just get random ones, except this one is just for an album I like, but.
Oh, I mean, they just look cool,
That's fair enough.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, I'm trying to be fully tatted. I'm actually just that lazy to go out and get a tattoo. Mm-hmm. It's like a 2-hour commitment.
For me, it's the money. Like, I always feel bad spending. Like, I don't. At the end of the day, don't feel bad about it. Huh?
How much usually are they?
Like 150 to 200.
Oh, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but I'm always like, oh, I could spend this money.
I mean, this one was $80. I pay, obviously with tip it was a little over 100, but like $80. But
oh wow.
Well, you guys tip for like everything.
Yeah.
I tip for everything.
No, but like in the US, like there's like a automatic like 20% tip.
Yeah, we tip with like you go out to eat, you tip. Like that's like it would be rude to not to. Like it would be considered wrong.
It is the same in Germany. I actually got looked at really weirdly when I tipped my tattoo artist.
People just won't over here.
It was so weird. It was so funny. I felt really like after that I was like, why did they look at me so weirdly? I tipped them. But it was because
people
they
just don't tend to
it.
over here. It's just not like a common thing.
Yeah.
But people are saying like I think people are paid a little bit better over here.
Yeah.
Like especially in like waiting jobs and stuff like that. I'm not saying they're paid well, but I think they're paid at a better standard than like the US.
Yeah, the US is like a lot of places are so reliant on tips that if a waitress like makes a certain threshold of tips, their employer is allowed to cut their wages hourly to like way below minimum because the tips make up for it, which
we
is
have to
weird.
Tax our tips. So our tip, in Germany, I tax my tips because technically I get tips and I have to tax them.
That's mad.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, in the US, any money from anything, I believe, is taxed.
I think we're taxed on. I think it'd just be considered income, I assume.
Oh, I guess.
I think, donations aren't, but it's kind of
your tips.
It's a weird, but it's a weird like middle ground.
I think it's maybe depending on how much you get.
Yeah, because like I know I was
tax everything.
Because like technically like, Twitch donations are tips, but I know I definitely.
Yeah.
So, like I don't.
It's probably depending on how much.
Yeah, there's like it's a weird one. I don't really get how it works over here.
No.
Yeah, now that I don't even think I fucking considered my Twitch donations when I did my taxes. So, oops.
Oh.
But hopefully that worked. Like I'm thinking,
I find it so weird in general that like the government knows how much you owe them, right? Why do they not give you the bill and then you can after that write off like your tax returns and then they give you the money back? I feel like it would be so much easier.
It's a little bit confusing.
A lot of countries. I think the reason they do that is because, like, if you don't know, like, to write off certain things and like lower how much you owe, like they'll allow you to pay way more than what you really owe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. No, exactly.
Like tax write-off saved me like a ridiculous amount of money like last season. So I could have probably just paid. I could have paid them the flat amount without any deductions, and they would have taken it and not questioned it. So I mean, realistically, that's why. It's probably because they make more money instead of having to actually tell you what you'd owe with deductions.
No.
Which, you know, it is what it is. But
yeah.
But it's the only reason I'm in Florida is because we don't have, like, at least in the United States, each state has different tax rate, like on top of the federal level. Like each state has different ways. So Florida doesn't have any. So for income. So it's the only reason I'm stuck in this godforsaken state.
Isn't Texas the same though? They don't have any.
Yeah, it's like Florida, Texas, and there's a couple others, but
yeah, no, there are a few.
I was debating on Texas, but I don't know about that anymore. Texas isn't exactly the ideal state to live in my mind.
What is that? What's
I mean,
I don't know much about it, so I like.
Texas is like just yeehaw country. You know, the most like conservative, maybe not the most conservative state, but
I thought like, isn't it like from what I heard, like Texas is like red state, and then like Austin, like specifically, like is really like blue,
that's how most big cities go in the U.S. But like where I live right now in Florida, I'm in North Florida. I'm in this city called Gainesville, right? And the city itself, super progressive, like trendy, like it's just college kids, super liberal here. But the second you step outside this town, it's like ridiculously conservative, like the swamps, middle of nowhere, like voted like 95% for Trump, you know. Like
Texas just passed some weird bills as well. I've just remembered.
Yeah, they passed some abortion shit.
That was it. Yeah, I know I heard about it.
It allowed them, like, anyone can sue a woman for getting an abortion past 6 weeks or some shit.
You told me about that.
I mean, it was all over Twitter.
Yeah, and it was like, weren't people online like because they set up this like weird platform where you could like report someone you suspected to have an abortion, and they'd pay you out like up to 10K if you were found to be like correct. So people just started flooding it with fake claims to like try and crash the site.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like from what I know, like Texas, if you're living in like Austin, like isn't culturally isn't bad, but then you still like all that dog shit legislation like the abortion ban.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I get it.
The state level like problems still will affect the city though. Like even like when they had their fucking power outage, that was a totally like preventable infrastructure problem that they just never dealt with. Like, I don't know if you remember when Texas fucking had a snowstorm for the first time or whatever, and they had a blackout, and it's because Texas is on their own power grid. Like they want to have their own, where like the rest of the U.S., like the eastern side of U.S. is all like connected with a power grid. So if like Florida lost power, like, or couldn't make their own power, other states could at least allocate some, right? But whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Texas is, I don't know about that. It's too far as well. I lived on the West Coast for a bit, and that's like living 3,000 miles away from family is not always ideal. But
I get that. I wouldn't be able to do it, I don't think.
Yeah, at least like, I don't know. At least even like living on the East Coast, it's like a 2.5 hour flight up north. But West Coast, it's like 5 hours. So
shit, wow.
Yeah, US is big, man. But yeah, I fucking lived in Phoenix, Arizona. That shit was a desert. Literally, it was the worst. Not the worst, but it was fucking something else. And I would never live there again. Shout out Arizona, though.
Yeah, no, I don't know much about. I must admit, I know some of the states. I know a lot of the states that I know people from, but like I don't. Anyone?
Oh, your mic like cut out there. I don't know if it was the.
Oh, sorry. I was saying. Yeah, no, it's all good. I was just saying, like, the states I know about, like places like Arizona and stuff, I just don't know much about because I don't know anyone who lives there. The ones I kind of know about are just the ones where I know a lot of people.
Yeah, that's like the relevant states. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, places like that. But especially like Texas became like a real streamer haven for a while, right? Like a bunch of streamers.
It's still, yeah. I mean, Austin is like where all the streamers are at, which I don't know. I'm probably gonna visit at some point, but.
I imagine I'll visit as well at some point. I planned on going to the US, so I'll probably visit Texas at some point.
I mean, LA is definitely more fun as a visitor. I don't know. I love LA, but moving there, no fucking thanks. Like,
yeah, I've heard.
It's like where I live right now. I live like in a 2-story townhouse. I rent out, and like for the price I have here, I literally couldn't even get anything at all in LA.
Yeah, it's mad.
it's mad for sure. But no, LA's cool. And it's crazy actually that you guys have never been to the US, but I guess I've never been to the UK, so
Yeah.
we gotta do some foreign exchange program here. I'll go to the UK. You guys can go here.
I
I'll take
actually
that.
wanted to do an exchange for a year, but then I had my operation, so I couldn't, which was really sad. I would have gone to America.
I
No,
actually had a
I know.
German exchange
Yeah.
student for like a
Oh,
month or two. We had a German exchange student stay at my house because my
yeah,
sister.
it is a big
Yeah.
thing in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister took German, which I didn't even know was like a thing
Oh.
in high school, but she took German. And so we had a German exchange student, which was cool. I don't even remember what we just did. American things like go to I don't know, go to McDonald's and fucking drive big
Just let 'em-
trucks. I don't know.
Just let him do American things. for a
Honestly,
bit.
if you've never been to America, every like American thing is interesting
They're
and
exciting.
exciting.
They're exciting.
Like even going to McDonald's, because I am so interested in portion sizes, because in
Mm.
Germany they're already smaller than here in the UK.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
And like you guys have like sides. You have chips with everything, like
Yeah, that's true.
fries.
That's true.
And we don't, and it's so normal here. And like yeah, your portion sizes are a lot bigger than in Germany. So I am interested in like seeing the American
Yeah,
portion
because US
sizes.
is like
'cause-
double our size.
Exactly, because they're like
US is
even
fucking
bigger.
huge compared to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fucking like fast food here is crazy. I had a friend who visited from the UK, and we went to McDonald's. That was a big deal for them, going to McDonald's, getting shakes. Fucking, I don't know. American culture to me isn't even culture. It's just
Yeah.
No, but it's so like the kind of like American core, like sort of like. Well, I told a few Americans this, they always shock them in like Tesco specifically. There's like an American aisle where there's just American foods. Like there's like different cereals and like sweets, candies, whatever you want to call them. Like all sorts of shit that's like you just get in the US that they like import in. You can buy. So like I remember getting Tootsie Rolls once, and you can get like Hershey's, Fruit Loops, and stuff like things we just don't have.
damn. I didn't even
Never heard of those.
You never heard of them?
I've heard of Fruit Loops, but I don't know what the rest of it
Fruit
is.
Loops are kind of goated cereal. I'm not gonna lie.
I hear they're pretty good.
Damn. Yeah, no, we don't have any shit like that, at least for the European stuff. I mean, there's like specialized markets and shit you see sometimes, but mostly like
Yeah, of
we have
course.
a lot of Asian markets and Asian food around here, but we don't have a lot of
Yeah.
European shit.
Yeah, there's tons around here. There's none where I live, which I hate because I
Really?
love
Oh,
like
yeah.
Japanese food and stuff, and you get none of it where I'm from. Where when I come down here, I swear to God, like London and here, I'll live like almost exclusively on Japanese food because I just never get any when I'm at home.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've never really
So
got
good.
into Japanese food exactly, but I'm really into like Korean food and Indian food. I just eat Asian food all the time, but because there's like a
Yeah, there's
huge
to be fair, there's
population here.
tons of Indian specifically. There's tons of Indian where I'm from, and Chinese as well. But like the British Chinese, where like they'll also serve chips. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like yeah, like Indian and Chinese. But I'm talking like other things like Korean and like Japanese and all, like things like that. Nah, you don't get any.
Damn.
Up until like recently, there's like an aisle in our local Asda that has like some Korean and Japanese stuff. Up until like, I'm talking a month ago, they didn't have that.
Damn. Yeah, it's fucking. Dude, I just want to go to the UK. I've said this like 12 times, but it's been on my mind for like 2 months now. Because
What?
you just break that.
My cats broke my little worm. Oh my god, I was wondering why it looked so weird, but I saw them play with it this morning and I know that they broke it.
Oh, they ripped his face off.
Yes, they ripped his face off.
No, he's still. Oh, actually, yeah, he's only got one eye.
Let's try. Is that like one of the worms that come with like a fucking clear string? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I
Yeah,
can't.
G gives them out to people. I've got one as well.
G
She
is
just gives
great.
them out to people.
Is G in
Yeah.
your area?
Yeah, she does in London.
She lives in London. Yeah, she's not far.
Yeah.
G's cool.
Whenever I'm in London, that's where I spend most of my time.
Yeah.
G's house. I don't know what. Actually, all of us.
Yeah,
G's house is
everyone
like
goes to
London
G's
house. Everyone
yeah.
goes there when they're in London.
Yeah, I feel like I see her hang out with fucking everyone.
Yeah,
Mm.
she knows everyone.
She does know everyone. That was a weird thing. Like, whenever like the amount of people I know through G is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, G knows everyone.
Yeah.
I just feel like the UK is just tight knit. I forget I was talking to like I think it was I'm Alex about just fucking how tight knit like London, especially this guy like mad YouTubers and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
which is like doesn't really exist here except maybe in like LA and Austin. But even then, the
Mhm.
cities are pretty fucking big.
Yeah, they are. They're huge.
But yeah, once it's reasonable, I'm gonna go to the UK for sure. Party it
Yeah.
up.
You should, man.
Yeah, you should.
It'd be great seeing you.
Yeah, let's go. It's not that I was actually like looking at flights the other day. Not expensive.
Oh, really?
$500 for me to fly to the UK.
They are, yeah, they're not too bad because I was looking when VidCon was still going on. I was gonna go, so I was looking at flights. They're not too bad. Like, yeah, like 500.
500 is how much my mom would pay right now to come here because she was looking it up. And my mom is in Switzerland.
Is that both ways though, or just one way? Because this is
Oh,
both
I'm
ways.
not sure,
Mine was. Mine was
actually.
both ways. 500.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, mine was 500 total. Like,
Yeah, 500 total both ways.
500 total. That's nothing. Like
No, it's
for
not
a
bad at
flight
all.
from America.
No,
here.
it's not bad at all.
Like it's a lot of money, but not for a flight.
No.
Yeah.
At all.
no, I mean
Wow.
it's because I live near Orlando, and Orlando, like everyone flies here because that's where Disney World is.
Yeah, especially from the UK.
So
yeah,
flights-
I want
are
to go to
great.
Disney World or Disneyland, like any Disney thing.
I'd love to. I've never been either.
Yeah, me neither.
I want to do Universal more though. Universal in Florida.
Yes,
That's supposed to be so
Universal
good.
Yeah.
sounds-
It's
They
just
do like
so
my
hard.
friend would go to like the horror nights every
Mm.
Halloween, and they seem really cool.
They do them at Alton Towers here. But
I want to do something.
they're not
like that.
bad. We could do that, but like they're okay. They're not bad.
Yeah, I've never been. I live near Disney and stuff. I just haven't
Oh, you
wanted
seriously
to
not
go.
been?
Well, I moved here mid-pandemic, so I haven't really
Oh,
felt
shit,
it.
okay.
It's been
Fair
open.
enough.
I went to like Universal has like a free area that's like Universal like whatever. It's just like a bunch of stores and it's next to Universal where you can just like walk around for free.
Mhm.
And I went there, but it's still weird like with COVID and stuff. Those types of places
Yeah.
I get that.
because
I
it was
get
like during that window when
cool.
like we kind of thought COVID was over, but surprise, it wasn't.
Yeah,
So,
I heard
like-
it gets worse in US right now, right?
Oh, in Florida,
pretty bad.
it's the worst that it's ever been ever.
Oh,
By a
shit.
really?
mile. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear much about that. to be
yeah,
fair.
No, we don't anymore because we're like it's picked up a bit again over here,
It's
but
it's-
not anywhere
yeah.
near.
It's
like
I don't
that.
think like vaccines and shit is as politicized over there, or is it? Like,
Pretty much like apparently like 80% of the UK population now had the first vaccine.
Yeah.
that's not. Yeah, I don't. I think the U.S. is like probably 75, if I had to guess. So
Yeah.
it's just Florida is so bad because we have just a governor that's crazy and opened everything up, but schools are going back. Yeah, no, it's like crazy. I had to go. Everything's okay, but I had to go to the ER like 2 weeks ago.
Oh
And
yeah.
I went there and it was full. Like I
Shit,
never had
yeah,
experienced that. I've been to hospitals plenty of times in my life, but I went there and they're like, yeah, we have like a 75-person waiting list, and it's probably gonna take you
Shit.
it's probably gonna take you over a day, which I've never heard. Like last time I went to the ER, I went in, saw a doctor in less than an hour, but
Yeah.
this time I was literally like, all right, I'm gonna go home and die because first thing, I'm not gonna sit in this lobby full of presumably COVID infected
people,
old
yeah.
people. Yeah. No, where I live is fucking like I don't go outside. I'm scared. I'm like the only thing I'm scared of is not even COVID. I'm scared of fucking getting like a car crash or some shit and having to go to the hospital and then not being able to. Because
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
that it's
no,
that bad
exactly.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not the issue, right? It's like you like assuming. I mean, I'm assuming things here, but like, you're probably like a healthy guy, right? It's like you get COVID, you'll probably like ride it out.
Yeah.
It's like, but like if you get in a car crash right now and the fucking ERs are full, it's like, what the fuck do you do, right?
Yeah.
Like that was our issue for a little while, but like luckily we're dealing with that. The NHS isn't as overwhelmed. COVID like is still around and people still die from it, but at least people aren't dying from things that could have been treated if COVID wasn't there as much anymore. So that's good. But like, yeah, no, that was the big thing. That was the thing that was fucked up. So like, it sucks that it's still going on.
Yeah. Well, like you guys like in the UK have like formal like lockdowns and curfew and shit.
We did
Yeah,
for a while. We're
yeah.
not. All
I think
restrictions are
pubs
lifted now.
Still,
I
pubs still
think
have restrictions.
there might be like a weird restriction that all pubs have to serve food to be open. So like they can't just be
Yeah.
drinking establishments. They gotta also serve food. But like all you have to do is like fucking stock yourself up with bags of crisps and be like,
Yeah.
we'll sell crisps, and it's like it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But,
Because I
yeah.
never had like in Florida, there's never a lockdown. There's never any of that shit.
all right, yeah, well, we definitely
Yeah.
had those as much as we're not
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
anymore.
because I fucking had to stop. I drove through Texas when I moved, and this was like summer 2020, like when it was everyone didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was really bad.
Thought we were going to have a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, and I drove through Texas, and I got off at like Texas is exactly what you imagine it would be. There's this gas station that's a big deal in Texas, and it's called Buc-ee's. It's fucking huge or whatever. It's just the most Texas shit ever. Like cowboy hats, huge, whatever.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and this is like when masks weren't even like a political thing. Like everyone, but except fucking Texas. And I went into the store, and it was like I was the only person with a mask on. Like, and there was like shoulder to shoulder people. Like we're talking peak pandemic. Dude, Texas is on its whole other fucking wave. It is. That was terrifying.
Crazy.
That's like the only time where I actually felt like I needed to get tested. I've never been tested for COVID because I just don't go outside. Never thought I had it, but
we have quite a lot. Like,
we have really
now
simple
we
ones though.
test.
Like,
Yeah,
like because you can just buy them over here and like bring them home and do them yourself. You know what I mean? It's not like you go to a center anymore. I mean, you can, but like there's two types of tests: there's PCR and rapid flow. Rapid flow are less accurate, but you can do them. They take like 30 minutes to develop. So you just go, you like stick a swab in your fucking face, and then like you know. Where like the PCR ones are basically the same, but they take like 2 to 3 days to develop. They're just way more accurate, but you actually have to send off for those and shit. But those are the ones you're supposed to get if you have symptoms. Otherwise, it's just like, hey, if you go somewhere and you think, hey, that could have been bad, I'm gonna test.
No.
Take a couple of rapid flows, you should be good.
Yeah.
Well, can you get them in the US as well? Because I'd heard that it wasn't as easy to get them over there.
There was a while where testing was like really hard to get, but like I said, I just haven't. I haven't gotten symptoms. I haven't done really much. Like I know you guys, since everyone lives close in the UK, you're hanging out with people and shit. But I don't know anyone who lives within 500 miles of me. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Probably the closest people who live to me, which I'm not close to them, but I'm pretty sure like Dream and Sabnap live pretty close to me. They live in Florida.
Yeah,
and
they live close
in their general area. They're probably the closest people who live to me. Besides that, like everyone's in like Texas or LA, which is couple hour flight regardless.
Yeah.
So I just literally just been chilling, staying inside, doing my thing. And I've been
How's it been?
It's been good. I've been chilling. My girlfriend went to stay with her family for like 2 months for some stuff was going on. So been without a car as well for 2 months. So
shit. Yeah.
So you know.
Is she back now or is she still out there?
Yeah, she's still out there for a few more weeks. So I just chill, order groceries, live in my little cave. You know, go outside to throw out my trash, you know?
It's a nice cave. It's a nice cave. You got it going on.
It's a nice cave for sure. I got my cat. They're chilling over there, sleeping.
That's nice. Where are your cats?
Huh?
I was checking to see where your cats are. They're not here.
No, they're not here.
I think you had one cat. I don't know you had 2 cats or more.
I have 2. Yeah.
I saw your tweet with your big cat.
Yeah, he is big.
He is.
He's shit scared of me though.
Yeah, he is.
Dude, cats are
I can't lift
weird.
him up with one hand anymore because he's like what, 12 pounds now probably, maybe a little bit more. He's huge.
I don't know what pounds are.
I was just gonna ask him, like, do you guys do pounds in there?
Well,
Nikki does. I don't.
I know that he is like 5-6 kilograms.
Oh, I know what kilograms are. Okay.
Yeah.
No idea.
How do you measure?
Pounds. I do pounds.
They do pounds.
Yeah.
Pounds. We do feet. We do miles.
We do stone for weight, but also sometimes kilo.
Stone? What the fuck is stone? I've never heard of
that. Just UK.
It is just the UK, yeah, to be fair. But we do use kg as well. We do use kilograms because we use mostly the metric system. So we used to use the imperial system. So that was like yards and miles and shit, and like so yards, miles, and then like stones and shit. Stones and ounces. But then we changed to mostly the metric system, but then just randomly thought, no, we'll keep the stone though. But sometimes we use kg as well. It's a weird one, but I know like when I weigh myself, I'll do it in stone. Not that I know my weight. I haven't fucking checked it in God knows how long. But like, if I was to weigh myself, I'd get it in stone or kg.
Damn. Yeah, I was gonna make fun of stone, but I realized it probably makes just as much sense as us measuring in feet, which is a weird one.
We just do miles and
just
yards.
do it like us in kilograms and centimeters. And
they are the best way to do it. I mean, mainly because I studied physics and you have to use the fucking metric system for everything. It's like I wish we did.
Yeah.
See,
I
we
don't
use the
understand
metrics.
miles.
We use the metric system in science-related things, like in science
Yeah.
class.
I wish we did in just general life, because then science wouldn't seem so like alien as well.
Yeah, no, because we do
This is
miles
not-
for everything and whatnot. No, so like you measure like height. Well, I guess it's fucking. I know the answer to this question, but you wouldn't be like I'm 6 feet. You'd be like
No,
I'm.
we do feet in height. Sorry,
I do centimeters.
but they all do like Europe, like purely metric. But the UK just decided, hey, we're gonna use a bit of both, and also like not like so we'd measure like if I was to measure the length of this table, I'd do it in centimeters, but I'd measure the like height of me in feet.
I see.
Because I don't know why. It's really stupid. We just switch between them.
How tall are you, Jack?
I'm 5'8".
I'm 5'8".
5'9".
We'll say 8, so we're the same. We're the same height.
6 foot tall. 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
6'5".
5'8", which is like.
Niki's 6 feet tall, so I'm a bit taller than her. So we're like 6 foot
Of
tall.
course.
I'm not.
She's 6 feet tall,
I'm not
and I'm taller, so 6 feet 5.
I was just saying because I remember there was like a picture of you. Was it you and Tommy or something where you just looked so fucking short?
It was right. So he is taller than me because he's quite tall. He's like 6 foot like 2. But like,
That's
also
crazy.
like that is it doesn't look like it, but the ground is very sloped. If you were there in real life, you'd see it was fucking sloped ground. Because I was like, oh, I'll stand on this side, and he went no, and he like went and stood on the tall side to make me look even shorter. So you know.
Yeah, I mean,
partially he is taller than me, but also totally sloped ground.
it's just funny because it reminds me. There's like a while where I was a cameraman and I worked for this group called Lunch Club. You might have heard of them. And they were all tall as fuck, like 6'2" plus. Some of them like I think Ted Nivison is like 6'5". Right?
Yeah, I think he's 6'5".
And there was like a
I
tweet.
thought
This is
he
like
was
my
taller.
first like I was still, no one knew who I was like at the time. And so there's like a picture because I used to not have a beard, and probably the reason why I rock a beard pretty much now. But I was like clean shaven and I had like a Justin Bieber haircut where my hair was like whatever. And
I
someone
remember,
posted
yeah,
that and
the shit.
they were like, who the fuck is this 12-year-old boy hanging out with Lunch Club in LA? And I was like,
Oh.
it's like, listen here, I'm 20. I'm a cameraman. But
I don't really grow beards too well, so I just shave my head because there's this idea that bald guys are older.
it does work. You don't look 19. I mean, you do at the same time. Like,
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people say like are shocked that I'm 19, but I don't think I don't look it. I think it's like I feel like I look 19. Like I don't feel like now everyone knows. I feel like yeah, that's reasonable. I feel like people
yeah.
just assume because a lot of the people I hang out with are older that I'm older as well.
Yeah, I feel like if you told me you were 25 when I first met you, I'd believe you as well.
20 fucking hell,
Yeah, I thought-
25.
I
But
thought you were
not that you look
pretty
old. Like
straightforward.
25 isn't old or saying.
No, it's not. But like 25, come on. I'd take like 23. Like if you said 23, I'd be like, that's on the older end of like what I'd be. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
believe.
I mean, I feel like I don't look much different than I did when well, that's a lie, but I don't know. Maybe the ages between 18 and 22 feels like 1 year, so I might as well be 19, honestly.
True. I feel that though. I feel that.
I'm really scared of turning 20 because I'm turning 20.
I thought you were older than me. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I'm 19. Yeah, I'm 19.
Oh, what
too.
the fuck? I don't know why I thought you were older than me. I think because isn't G like 25 or some shit?
She's 25.
She's
yeah.
26. She just turned
Yeah,
26.
she just turned 26.
So
yeah.
maybe I don't know why I thought you were older than me. That's crazy. I'm the old guy here. Sheesh.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Sorry,
I was born in 1999. So
2001.
2002.
damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Fuck, dude, I saw some sort of like post on like TikTok today where it was like it's like when you get to the age where you don't have to lie about your age on like to use apps or websites. And then people were like in the comments saying what year they would use to lie about their age. And I saw mad people being like, if you didn't use 2000, what were you doing? I was like, 2000, dude. I used to fake my age using 1985. So I
did. I always did 1994.
I always did 1977. I was just an old dude.
Oh, you're like 1901. Might
I
as
was
well.
like, fuck it, play it safe. 1977.
Yeah, you
don't
could
know
do
why I
that
picked
like
77.
on Steam every time you want to view like a mature.
That was the only one I used to do. I never really lied about my age much, but Steam, I used to 1977 it.
I think there's a lot of websites like that ask for your age and shit. Maybe it's more of an American thing, but I feel like it's pretty common.
No, I did it quite a
No,
lot.
it is common,
I did
it
it
is
quite a
common.
lot.
Yeah.
1994 was mine.
I just didn't use things. I was a good boy. I promise. I was a good boy. I just didn't
No,
do it.
I had unrestricted internet access from like the age of fucking 7 years old.
Same. I still remember my mom buying me GTA 5. It was a good day.
My parents were quite strict, but specifically about GTA 5. They let me have other 18-rated games, but they'd heard about GTA.
Yeah, that's my mom was the same way. And
They knew they were prostitutes, and they were like, "No,
yeah,
they didn't hit me. That's just them swiping it out my hand."
what was funny is I fucking my mom would not let me get Grand Theft Auto because that was the one game she knew what the fuck it was. But I got Saints Row too, if you know what that game is, which is just it's just GTA, but it wasn't on the news like GTA. So
Yeah.
which Saints Row is actually probably arguably a worse game than GTA because there's actual nudity in that game. But
There's nudity, but I feel like it's less like it's like it's goofier, right? Like
yeah, well, Saints Row 2 wasn't that goofy. Like after that game, it got goofy.
Oh, fair enough. They're releasing a new Saints Row game.
It's true.
I saw that the other day.
I saw people are getting sponsored by it.
Oh shit, really? That's exciting too. I never played any of the Saints Row games. I've seen them and I played a little bit at a friend's house, but I never owned any. So
Yeah, it's
I'm really
fun.
excited.
I
will
actually
get them.
played the campaign of the Saints Row the Third on stream, and it was like the first game in a long time that I actually sat down and like played beginning to end and had a good time. Which
Shit, I'm glad you did, man.
yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of games recently. I don't know. Like I don't be playing many games. I play Valorant. That's about it. And even then, I don't play much.
Valorant woman. I
Yeah,
don't play too much Valorant.
Nikki and I played Valorant once.
We did.
We
It
played
was fun.
hell yeah. No, I'm garbage at Valorant though, so but it's a good time.
No, you were good. Weren't you carrying me even?
We played on EU servers, but
yeah.
but like we got in like lobbies with like people who were like iron rank, and it was
Ooh,
you and
yeah.
I were both dropping 30 bombs every game.
Oh yeah, no, I
Shit.
remember you
That's
actually
big.
right, we both did.
I mean, they are against irons, but still,
Yeah.
it's still kind of big.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
Still
cracks.
very-
That's all. Just people from EU are just bad at video games. Apparently, that's what I learned.
I think I have learned that coming from the League of Legends scene, I have learned that people from EU are better than people from NA. But
Very
that is a
nice.
very controversial take from in the League of Legends scene because that's a constant fight.
Yeah, I mean that's like a fight in like CS:GO and stuff, but
True.
realistically, EU is like wins more shit than.
I only
North
used to play
America.
Overwatch. I'm not big into these things.
I played Overwatch a bit as well,
I was
but-
big into Overwatch.
and but I've been a Minecraft kid like from the get go.
Oh.
I used to
I've
be
always played it, but like really on and off.
I was
Yeah,
like a
no, me too.
try hard Minecraft PvPer like 5 years ago.
Shit,
Oh,
really.
wow.
Yeah,
I
dude.
never got into PvP. I just played casually with
really.
friends and
Other than like after I became a streamer and stuff, I went through a phase of getting kind of into like the Hypixel PvP, like duels and stuff. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not great at it. I'd say like I'm like above average. I feel like I can beat most people at like one. Like most people that came along, I could beat, but just
I mean,
know.
like Minecraft Championship. If that was on Minecraft version 1.8, there'd be no
it'd be a
contest, dude.
completely different game. It'd
Oh,
be a
yeah.
completely different game, dude.
I'd go crazy in that. I mean, granted, like Technoblade was
Techno's
also
really good.
crazy.
Tommy's like really good at that as well. To be fair,
I could wipe
There's, like-
Tommy any day for sure.
possibly could to be fair, but he is quite good. You know,
No, I'm actually glad that like I feel like Minecraft Championship's like the one thing that keeps me like super engaged in Minecraft still.
Mhm.
yeah. No, MCC is great. MCC is great.
Yeah, no, it's like fucking crazy because MCC I was in from the first one, which was almost 2 years ago. And-
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
I got the coin. I won the first one. It's the only one I ever won.
Oh.
Shit. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I was supposed to be in the fourth one, but couldn't make it. It was someone dropped out, and I was on the reserves list, and they're like, "Hey, can you make it?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I actually cannot right now." Because it was like an hour before. I'm like, "No, I assumed I wouldn't be." So like, you know, I didn't realize they'd call me this close. I'm so sorry, and I didn't get in until MCC 13.
Damn, wait, from MCC 4, and then they didn't get you in until the 13th.
No, Scott held a grudge. He held a grudge.
That's fair, because I think in the first one, Skeppy and Bad were no shows,
Yeah.
and then they didn't
Exactly.
get in for like
Exactly until 13. They joined with me.
Nah, don't do Scott dirty, or he won't
Don't do
forget
Scott.
you.
And now I'm moving in with him, so maybe. Hey, what happens when I move in with him, right?
I didn't know
So
that.
maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're moving in. He's moving down here with me as well. We just got back the house the other day, so that'll be good.
Ooh, congrats. That's cool. That's dope.
Very cool.
Scott's he's an old man, right?
He's 25.
He's an old man, 3 years older than me.
Unless I'm wrong. Shit, he's 25. Right?
He's been in the YouTube game for a long time.
He's been doing YouTube for 8 years.
No way, he's 25 then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that adds up. Yeah,
Maybe
he
he
will
is.
be 25 because he told me he started at 17. So yeah.
Oh shit.
25. Yeah, 8 years. 8 years.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah, okay. Smager age says 46 on Google, but I don't think that's true.
Oh no, 25.
25, yeah, 25.
I was like, damn, he looks great for 46.
He looks great for 46.
Oh, Scott's great though. Holy shit. It's
Yeah,
crazy
Scott-
that he put on like, obviously him in the Knox group, but like fucking orchestrated arguably the biggest event.
So big.
Yeah. I went back. I went through all the old MCC tweets just to find my first team announcement, and the tweet had like 60 likes.
Oh,
You know,
Oh, that's mad.
and
That
then
is
now you
mad.
look at our most recent one. It was like our team was like
Well, because I think,
160,000.
To begin with, everyone saw it as like the Minecraft Mondays replacement, right? Like that was
Yeah.
like originally how it was looked
Yeah.
at, and then it was like it became so much bigger. Like I imagine most of the current MCC audience don't even know about
yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Well, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the organizer of Minecraft Mondays.
No, well, not many people are.
Yeah.
That's not a particularly controversial take.
No, definitely not. No, I've been pretty open about that take. No, I think it was, but kind of like it wasn't even really known. Like the first event was like a bunch of like OG YouTubers. Like I think the first one it was like like all the OG Captain Sparkles, Big Star, Pete, all those guys.
Yeah.
And then so I got in as a sub in the first one because they couldn't get enough people to play, which is
Yeah.
funny to look back at now. Like,
it is because
that
it
would
is
never
so
happen.
inundated
Like
now.
they were asking on Twitter for people, and
They closed the sign-up forms like 48 hours after posting them now.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, like
exactly.
Not
some
even that, maybe.
some
Not
of the
even
more
that, maybe.
recent ones, it's been like 3
24.
hours. Yeah, not even. It's been like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
seriously? Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's mad. Like, it's crazy how quickly they have to close the sign-up forms now because people sign up too quick.
it's the only
they-
Discord
they got
server
some-
I have notifications on for.
Yeah,
And I-
every
Yeah, 'cause
time
you
I
gotta
get
catch 'em, dude.
notification, I instantly click on it. I'm like, I'm in this MCC.
I've almost missed it every time.
Yeah,
I've had to have
I
someone remind me.
reminded
You
this
reminded me
time,
last
yeah.
time. Scott reminded me once. It's like, because we like talking about house stuff. He's like, oh, by the way, you haven't signed up for MCC. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
Damn. Yeah, it's just crazy.
it's crazy.
It's got like
It's
a
so
million.
big
I
now.
think it had more viewers than the Olympics at one point. Like as far as
Yeah.
That was the biggie.
did,
yeah, that was
yeah.
the biggie.
granted, it's better than the
Got all the
Olympics.
Australian news too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. I remember I texted my mom that because my face was on the fucking news. So I was like, Mom, look at me.
Really? Were you on that Australian one?
Yeah. I mean, it was just like it was just
Yeah.
my name that showed up, but I thought it was funny. No, it's funny. My mom and my family watch MCC. They watch my stream.
Do they? Oh, that's nice. That's sweet.
They don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know why. They just like randomly one day were like, yeah, we sit and watch on the TV. Like my family. It's
Shit.
Funny.
That's so cool, dude.
yeah. Only if I won the event, but it's okay.
So I was in, you know, the news report you were talking about. I was in the same one, and they used a still for about 5 seconds of me in that blue wig. at
Oh
the end of the
yeah,
report.
yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, my VOD's channel manager, she's Australian, right? And she like her family were asking her what she did because she just moved from the UK up back to Australia, and she was like, her family were asking her what she was doing for a job, and obviously she was doing VOD's channel, and she that news thing came on in Australia, and like a few of her family saw it, and she's like, that dude from the news. That's the dude. And they apparently it made it so much easier to explain her job to her family because I'd been on the news and it gave me some credibility.
Just the picture of you with a wig
In
with
a
all
wig,
the
like
credibility.
me looking like stressed in a wig. I'm like molding, and it's okay. But yeah, no, yeah. Apparently, a lot of her family saw that because they all watched the news. Oh shit.
Damn. I just need
That's funny.
need to make it on American news, so my family will see that
Exactly,
shit.
man.
Did I don't know. I haven't watched like cable television or the news in like
Me neither, man.
No, I mean,
nah,
Years, literally years.
yeah, probably at least since I moved out, which was I moved out on my own fucking shit almost 4 years ago. So
Shit.
It's been almost 3 4.
Shit.
Yeah.
I moved out on my birthday when I turned 18.
Hmm.
Well, I moved out for college. Did that for a month and dropped out.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Shit.
moved. That's when I moved to Florida. I moved 2,000 miles away from my family to go to college, and then just dropped out and then lived on my own in Florida.
Oh, no.
But it happens. Fuck,
Happens.
I cannot do school. It's not for
I
everyone.
got very bored of it towards the end. I did well in school, but I really hated it towards the end.
I was so shit at school. I was like you guys do like A's and B's, like you grade stuff like that? Yeah, I got like C's and D's and fucking everything. Like I just didn't try. The thing is, I could have been an A student. I just didn't try or do homework, and I would just.
Yeah, well, exactly. You still got the ability, dude.
Yeah, no.
That's what's more important, honestly, in the long run. Like that ability. That's
what they try to teach you. It's not of like it's a lot of the stuff you learn in school is nothing that you need later. It's just like the way that you're gonna learn it, and if you have the ability to learn it, then
you're set.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I just fucking. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are the same way. I hated school growing up. Like obviously everyone hated school, but I like made like.
Not for a long time. Right towards the end of school, I did, but like not for a long time.
I hated it at the start, like the first, up until like my last 2 years, I hated it because I was also bullied and I moved a lot. But then my last 2 years were actually really good because I finally studied what I wanted to. Like except for maths, I had to do maths and I always hated maths, but I could like only take the subjects that I was interested in, and then I started to like it. And actually, I was always a good student, but then I was a really good student.
Yeah, I like fucking made a promise to myself in my freshman year, which is 9th grade of high school, and I was like, I'm never gonna do homework at home. And I stuck to it, which was not,
Wow.
Not a bad thing, right?
Yeah, but also like I'm not trying to encourage. Yeah.
No, I don't think people should not do their homework, but not doing it at home is a different thing. It's like,
oh yeah,
like to me that was like the part I started hating about school was the fact that like I'd leave school and just continue to do school, but at home.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, doing that work was important, but I kind of wished I'd like gone somewhere else to do it, or like just something,
Yeah, I used to just like cram in my homework before it. Like class would be starting, I get there like 5 minutes early, and I used to be good at school, like math specifically. I was crazy good at, so like I'd just like get to math class like 2 minutes early, and I would just like do everything in my head and just scribble it down and get it and hand it in, like
exactly.
But
I've never in my life done English homework, but then my teachers were like, oh, you don't even need it, because again, it's like they give you homework so you can learn it at home, right? And if you already know it, why would you do it? And that's the way that I lived my school year. And also I had my last year in lockdown. My last school year was in lockdown. Yeah, which was very interesting. Our graduation was very interesting.
I feel like for me, my last year of school was my favorite year, because that was like when everyone started driving, and like, I don't know.
The social side of it I enjoyed the most, but like I hate it. The study got so bad for me, like right towards the end. The pandemic saved me because it got us kicked out of school early, and then we didn't have to sit the exams because they like wouldn't have that many people in a room and stuff. So they were just like, oh, well, you've done like mock exams. We're just going to predict you grades off of what you got.
Oh, I was so jealous. I heard that the UK did that because Tommy told me that they had that, and I was like, I want that. That would be so
that's what I got as well.
Are you doing like university, Jack? Because I fucking like I was clicked on like Tommy's stream, and he's like still going to school, which I guess is good.
No, I mean legally he's supposed to, because he's not. You have to be in some form of education until you're 18 over here legally. But I was doing uni for a little bit, but I did a degree apprenticeship. So before I started streaming, it was like I worked a full-time job, 9 to 5 in IT support, but I also was studying software engineering alongside it. With the company, it was like a degree apprenticeship. So it's like going to university. You do go to university, but you're not like in full-time university education. You're like doing work. It's like this structure. But doing that alongside streaming, you couldn't do it. I didn't have enough hours in the day. I was like sleeping 4 hours. So I had to drop. I wanted to drop work, but you couldn't do the university study and drop the work because it was a course built to like run alongside a job. So I had to drop both. If I was just doing university, I think I would have kept up with it, but who knows? Well, I don't know though, because if I'd have just done university, my school were really trying to push me to go to Oxford, and the workload there is insane. Like it's insane.
That's like a top league school, isn't it? Or no? I don't know.
No. I had a couple of friends who went there, and like they were on about it. Like it is insane the workload you get at Oxford. So like I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yeah,
because I would have crumbled.
I kind of forget that college and uni is like a different concept. Like they're two different things.
College over here is a different thing. Your college is like our university.
Yeah. Well, like kind of, right? Because like here we have universities, which are like the big private school. Well, I guess they're public schools as well, but like the big colleges. But then there's also like college, like community college, which is like cheaper college.
But it's the same thing. Like you're still getting the same thing out the end of it.
Yeah, it's like it's an additional education. Like you're done with high school at 18 or 17 when I graduated. Like, and then going to college or university, whatever, is bonus education to get a degree or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I was gonna say legally you only have to go to school till you graduate, but I don't even think that's true. I think you can drop out. Like
you can in the US you can go for early graduation though, right?
Yeah,
you can't do that over here.
I also think you can just straight up drop out and not go back.
Maybe, I don't know. But
in Germany, I think you have to go 9 years, and after that you can drop out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like over here, like you got to finish the whole thing, and like that's the annoying thing though, because like if I could have taken some things earlier, I would have done. I feel, but like you can't accelerate the rate through at which you go through school.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I think we talked about that. I skipped 2 of my grades. I like went to higher grades, and I think you told me that you can't do that here in the UK.
You can't skip,
which is crazy.
Oh, I think there's been very, very there's maybe. I'm trying to explain it. I remember hearing about one kid who was like that intelligent that I think they gave him like a university position at the age of like 5. But that was like a very, very exceptional circumstance. Because I suppose technically speaking, you can go to university at any age, right? So here's the catch: you can go to uni from like the age of like 1 if you want. There's no age limit on university, but you need like A levels, which because you can't go through school really quick, you're not going to get your A levels until you turn like 17, 18. So you won't be in university till you turn that. But like this kid was like a special example where like it was like a scholarship thing where they're like, oh, this kid's smart, we'll get him to uni. Right. And then technically speaking, I think. Like, there's someone saying in chat, like, you can technically skip them, but it's so rare. Like, it's not like a thing where they'll just offer it, like, hey, you're doing really well, skip. It's like, no.
Yeah.
You have to be like some savant.
Very, but I took two IQ tests. And from my first IQ test, they were like, just need the first grade. Right. So I went into the second grade already. And then I skipped 8th grade because I had good grades and they were like, we don't need that.
Yeah, no, people are saying you can take certain GCSEs early and stuff, but like I know you can, but I didn't study any of the ones that they allowed it. But it's essentially unheard of. Like it can, but
it's the same in the US. Like I think I knew one person ever that like skipped a couple grades, but that's like, I mean, basically you're like a gifted child that's just obviously. But
even knowing anyone, because like I knew some gifted kids. Like again, I know 2 kids that went to Oxford and stuff. But like they never skipped anything. Like they wouldn't have been allowed, you know? Yeah. Like, no way. But they were totally gifted. Like I feel like they definitely could have done. Nah.
Yeah. Do it. I don't even know how that shit works. I mean, I don't know. I also knew some kids that like they ended up getting we have like an alternate option to a high school diploma, which is like a GED, which is just like basically if you dropped out of high school at like 16, you could get your GED and then start university early if you're like just fucking super smart or whatever. Or some people drop out or like go to jail and then they get out of jail and they get their GED, which is like the same thing as a diploma. But yeah, I knew like 2 people who like dropped out of school early willingly and to get their GED to then go to like college because they were just I don't know.
I know someone someone from the US who dropped out of school, got a GED to drop out, but just because they wanted to leave.
Yeah,
like they were like, I could take the GED now. I just want to get out of here, and they just fucking took it and then fucked off.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, like, if you don't plan on going to university or like, if you can pass your test for the GED, you could just drop out, get it, and then it's the equivalent, so people would never
That's what
know
they
in the
did,
future.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
I mean, I think high school for most people is like important socially, at least for me. Like, met like some of my best friends ever from being in school, and probably would have never met a lot of people or even developed any social skills if it wasn't for being in a school with kids.
Oh, totally. I think that's most people though. As well, right?
Exactly. Like, I don't have any friends from it because I changed school almost every half a year, but I learned so many social skills through it. Like, I think it's just important to go to school for social skills.
I think that's probably to me the most important thing I ever got out of it. I was a fucking
now,
Yeah.
totally. Doing what I do now, totally. I mean,
Definitely.
all the grades mean nothing, right? It's like it's all the social skills.
They even like I fucking use a calculator, you know, for everything. and
Yeah,
shit.
no. I basically like doing what I do now. I use basically nothing I got other than like the social of it and like basic computer skills and stuff. Like it wasn't when I was at my old job. Totally use things right now. No.
Yeah, fucking because first like part of my like public school career, I was a little weirdo. I was a little shut-in kid who never talked to anyone. So I feel like if I just like dropped out, would have stayed that way forever until like school kind of forces you to talk to people.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Break you out of your shell. But yeah, shit. How long have we been going for this for? It's been an hour and 40 almost.
Shit.
How long
Shit.
are you aiming for? Because I have a stream after this, so
I don't care. I mean, I was hoping for at least an hour, which I think, including starting time, we've already passed an hour. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to wrap it up, we can wrap it up. I'm cool with that.
I'm all good. I'm all
Yeah,
good.
that
I could
sounds-
go for a bit of food, so
Yeah.
I think now's a good time. I'm feeling pretty peckish.
All right. Well, then I'm just going to end it off. Thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode of the podcast. Thank you, Jack and Nikki, for coming on. It was
Thank
a
you for
swell
having us.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was fun.
it was great.
It's funny you invited me because when you put out the tweet, I was going to reply and say, "Hey, get me on episode 1," and I forgot, and you still reached out. So I'm
Yeah.
really lucky. So thank you.
Yeah, no, I think you guys were great first guests.
Thank you, man.
We'll definitely talk again soon. But I'm going to end off the podcast here. Bye, everybody.